Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games. We have Max on Elves versus Michael on Standstill. List that has been kind of an interesting evolution. Now, Elves is not really Elves at this point. This is more of like a Fiend Artisan Natural Order deck. Not sure what the consensus name is. Let me know in the comments. Some type of Cradle Natural Order deck. Definitely not the combo Elves of old with things like Nettle Sentinel and Glimpse of Nature. Noble Hierarch. In fact, not an elf. And a Standstill. Urza's Saga means that this Standstill will need to be cracked sooner than later. You can't just let this stick around. Make at least 6 power just from that one land. Could be more depending on if he's grabbing a Shadow Spear or other equipment. And it looks like he's just going to jam Ignoble Hierarch, a Elvish Reclaimer. All resolved, Swords to Plowshares takes out Elvish Reclaimer. And a Ponder. And Currency Converter, interesting. Yeah, I don't know about these lines, that's interesting. So, Currency Converter is a card that could just be grabbed off of the Urza's Saga. Generally want to ponder before you Swords to Plowshares. Might just change your decisions. Couple of Fiend Artisans, though. Really what the deck is all about, giving you access to just so many targets, things like Electra Oof and Grist. Even as a one-of, anything in your deck is live. And of course, later on in the game, you can grab Craterhoof Behemoth for the EZW. Either Spellbomb from that Urza's Saga. 2 Fiend Artisans. Means that Spellbomb's not going to be able to really meaningfully set things back. Wasteland takes out a Dryad Arbor. Ending takes out the other one. Oh, interesting. See what Max can do with this opening. Is up another Dryad Arbor. Has 4 mana on board. 3 of it is creatures. Dryad Arbor. Land and creature. 4 is enough for Natural Order, which is what you need to be afraid of. Card. Win games on the spot. Right, a crazy advantage. Oh, wow. Gaia's Cradle here. So good. 4 mana. Using Fiend Artisan. Here we go. It's going to grab Grist. Ability to grab these type of silver bullets. And Grist is a sneaky one too, because he's a planeswalker, but he's in the deck. He is a creature. Plussing. Have some ability later on. Shooting down anything Michael gets out, potentially. It's a dangerous situation. I mean, inevitably, this Fiend Artisan is just going to grab a Craterhoof and win the game if Michael doesn't find. Got a interaction with the Currency Converter. Timeless Dragon, Plane Cycling. You are discarding it. Search your library for a Plains. Spell Bomb. Actually not used there. Like Grist making more insects. Powering up that Cradle. What's he going to do with the mana? I mean, he's got the Artisan. So much mana. And grabs a Traxa. Looks like you can actually recast that from hand as well, which is a little disappointing. Aether Spellbomb, perhaps not the best answer to Atraxa when they can just replay it. Just a fistful of cards. Atraxa really does feel like the type of card that was not designed for constructed Magic. Feels like it was just supposed to be for Commander. Like, yeah, 10 cards. Dig 10 cards deep. It's fine. Did he only get 2 cards off of that Atraxa? That is bananas. That has got to be the worst Atraxa I've ever seen. I mean, I watch these for the first time as I'm doing the commentary, so let me know if I somehow missaw that. I wasn't really paying attention to the cards he put back. That is a dig through time. Not how you draw it up. Lorien Revealed getting put under Currency Converter. It's kind of miraculous to still be alive after Atraxa hitting. Now a Green Sun Zenith. Force of Will stops that. Another Insect. Now Fiend Artisan will go ahead and probably find whatever that Green Sun Zenith was going to find. There's Allosaur Shepherd. And finally Natural Order. Uncounterably. Swinging with just so much damage. Craterhoof Behemoth. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least +6/+6. All of those creatures as elves or Cradle aggro. Takes it down. Looks like it's actually called Cradle Control on MTG Top 8, which feels weird because I feel like there was a Bant Natural Order deck. I guess that wasn't a Cradle deck, though. Doesn't feel like a control deck to me. Feels like just a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. Really know why it would be considered control. Have any counter magic, very little control elements. It has some interaction. Grist is certainly an interactive card, but I'd really call it control. Apparently that's what it's being called, so comments if you like that name. I think it should be something else. I mean, Fiend Artisan perhaps should be the namesake of the deck. So important. And what do we have here? Lorien Revealed. Let me know what that first card was. Trying to get one of these videos out for you every day, so part of that means there may be some cards that I'm going to need a little assistance for. Go ahead and pin you at the top if you can identify that card. Not going back. My mistakes live on camera, as do the players. Cherry picking here. Soul Guide Lantern. They brainstorm in response to Bowmasters. What a strong printing that card is for this deck. Both for and against the deck. I mean, the other side of it is it's got a bunch of small creatures that Bowmaster can ping. I suppose the other side of it, too, is at the end of the day, it's not like Cradle Control is drawing a ton of cards, so Bowmaster's not stellar against it. Certainly not like you're hoping to catch Brainstorms and Ponders for extra damage, a beefier army. And this is an early natural order this time. Allosaur Shepherd already on board. It was uncounterable. Just going to grab Atraxa again. It whiffed pretty hard last time. See how it goes. And creature, sorcery, planeswalkers. Wow, just 3. All right, that is not a lot. I mean, when I played against this deck, Snuff Out was a very dangerous card. That would be an instant that you could potentially find. We have already seen Grist. Tons of green enchantments that could be potentially solid. Sylvan Library, Carpet of Flowers. But, I mean, it's still a 7/7. Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink. Close the game out pretty quick. Spellbomb might try and do this dance again on the Atraxa, but this Fiend Artisan's actually the most dangerous card. That represents getting a Craterhoof into play. See where this goes. Yeah, the extra body from Bowmaster. Nice with Gaia's Cradle. Next deck, not super thrilled to not have a Cradle. There's a Cradle. Artisan. Sacrificing that Orc army. Having Grist. Michael's board really empty. There's a lot going on the other side. Having 2 Tundras to face it down. Ponders. You know, look, even a card like Supreme Verdict, he's a couple of turns away from casting. Don't know if he's going to have that in his 75. Some way to stabilize against this board. Draws a land off the top and immediately puts it into play. Could be over here. I'm not sure how many creatures have been put into the graveyard or how big these Fiend Artisans are. He may have pretty close to lethal as is. And looks like Green Sun Zenith is prompting a scoop. Michael with a bunch of counters in hand. Facing town. Oh, that can't be his hand. That must be what he boarded out, right? At any rate, Allosaur Shepherd just completely cutting off that entire avenue of attack for Standstill.